Hello, YouTube, everyone in the world. How's it going, you guys? Um, we're in for a quick video. I say quick, it's probably be like 10 minutes anyway. Um, but I want to talk about. I had a couple of, I don't know if you've seen. I'm doing a couple more shorts to get some stuff out more instead of just having a backlog of stuff that just stays unedited. And one of the things that I didn't realize that I was going to be playing and really talking about was Power World. I thought this would kind of be like I'd give it a couple weeks, see how community took it, check it out, and then make a then make an assumption or see if I'm going to play it or not or anything. Um, I watched a few hours of dev stream from I think it was Pirate Software, and I went instantly into. I was just like, you know what, I'll get Game Pass for a month. Let me check it out. So I've been playing Pal World. I've been really enjoying it. People have been calling it Pokemon with guns. You'll probably say somewhere along here like Pokemon with guns. Um, I gotta be honest. Like I've seen later stuff. I've seen like gym battles and trainer battles and everything. But honestly, when you get into the game, there's no story at all when you first enter. There's nothing. It's essentially. I mean, it gives you less than Breath of the Wild. It's like opening a Minecraft world. It really is Minecraft meeting some good RPG elements. You've got stuff from Pokemon. You've got stuff from Breath of the Wild. People have been calling it like kind of like Ark, I believe, Ark with Pokemon. Um, it's been really fun. It's been really good. I've been playing more and more of it, but that's not what we're talking about today. Because unfortunately, we can't talk about Pal World. I would love to talk about Pal World. I really would. But we have to talk about, because this is a Pokemon like experience, we have to talk about the Pokemon community and Pokemon overall and just how absolutely disgusting these people are. Now, look, I'm a Pokemon player. I've played Pokemon for the longest time. I think the last games I purchased, Legends Arceus? Mainline. I'll do mainline. Mainline is Sword and Shield. Last ones I purchased. They broke. Uh, what was the one before it? Sun and Moon was okay. X and Y started to break me. I was losing interest right around Black and White came out. Or sorry, Black 2, White 2 came out. I was starting to lose interest in the series. But Scarlet and Violet, no, not Scarlet, Sword and Shield are the ones that broke me. I was just done. I was absolutely done. I was tired of giving money to a game developer that was not interested in making a modern game and listening to the fans of what they wanted and improving just little quality things. They took more away from us while charging more and made a shittier experience. And that's Pokemon. That's Pokemon nowadays. Scarlet and Violet was the same thing. They took some things away while adding some more. They had some quality of life stuff while giving an incomplete gaming experience. In 2020, was it 20, ended 2022 when it came out? You know, it's their own fault. But the Pokemon community, they're like Apple people. They're shills. They will talk about how cute this Pokemon design is and how good that is that was created. And it doesn't matter the game came out not working. It doesn't matter at all. And if you want to say that it matters, or you want to voice your opinion, and it's not positivity, the Pokemon community is, I say, because I've interacted with them the most toxic community outside of a power scaling community. Pokemon's the most toxic community I've ever seen. And I'm an Overwatch player. I get called the N word, the multiple F words. I get called shit all the time just for being a tank and existing and asking healers to be like, hey, can you heal? Because you've got like 2,000, you got like 4,000 damage. Like, can you heal? Please, I need to live this battle. I would really love to work as a team. I get called all the types of racial ethnic slurs. It's a disgusting game. And Pokemon players are still the most disgusting community I've ever witnessed. I've tried talking on Reddit, YouTube comments. I've talked in Discords. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you go. When you meet that fucking Pokemon person, they're fucking toxic. They're fucking toxic. And some of them are just like evil. And this is where we're getting to. So the Power World devs have been receiving death threats. Death threats. Because because they say the Pal World designs are so similar to Pokemon. E- Excuse me? Like, this is a cartoony eye style. These eyes are all very specific, but it's like, and the thing is, why this is so fucking stupid. I will give you the first aspect. First off, these death threats are not from people who played the fucking game. They're from people who watch screenshots. Because when you actually play the game, you don't get a Pokemon experience. Some people say like, "Oh, watch, I'm going to show you it's Pokemon with guns." It's really not. It's really not. You know, Pokemon with the guns aspect is something you have to get into. So that's why I know it's not people who played. Because I'm at like 8 hours. I don't see the Pokemon aspect besides like, oh, it's a wild creature, but they're the only enemies. The pals, the Pokemon in that world are the only enemies. They're the only things you fight. You know, yeah, you can capture a human and stuff like that, but like, they're the things you're supposed to fight. They're the things that come and in wild hordes raid your base. Like, they're the thing, and you don't see most of these. And like the beginning ones you see, um, the only ones that I've actually seen, I think it's the pre-evolution to this little owl and this little chicken. These are the only ones from here that I've seen. The only ones that I own, I have like 7 or 8 different ones. I have a little bird and I have a little owl. I don't have anybody else. Like this little green one everybody keeps losing their minds off. This little guy, I don't have them. I don't know where they're at. Like, that's so all of these fucking toxic, terrible human beings, these evil motherfuckers here, who are sending death threats because somebody made a game that was similar to a franchise they love. You know, they didn't play. First off, they didn't play. They did not play the game because they wouldn't know. They would have actually gone there and been like, oh, you know what? Like, some of the designs are kind of, you know, this is pretty Pokemon-ish, but fuck, it's hard for me to say like this is copying Pokemon. Like, it's just not. It's really not when you get down to it. Um, I also played Temtem. I played Temtem when it was early access before it finally came to consoles and everything, and it's like full release form. Um, Temtem is more of a Pokemon ripoff than this. You know, these Pokemon people have no problems with fans creating mods, editing the games that are against the wishes of the company of Pokemon, but you make a game that looks like the game I love, and I'm gonna send you death threats. It's fucking insane. By the way, look at the release date of this game. It's literally 3 days ago. They're receiving death threats off of a game that is early access 3 fucking days ago. You're all disgusting. You're fucking gross. So the second part of this, like, is this acceptable? Absolutely not. This is absolutely disgusting. Like, the lead developers are at this point, like, they're asking, and then, like, look at this. Like, this looks like a fucking Digimon, guys. This looks like a Digimon and a Pokemon. Like, what? You don't have a problem with Digimon? You don't send death threats to Digimon every time they make something new? I, I, I'm blown away. Like, and when you want to, and so here's another aspect I want you guys to realize of this. When people do this and developers see that, oh, if I'm gonna go like make a game that's in a vein similar to this other big franchise, but I'm gonna do things that, you know, the people want and actually do, like modern day gaming techniques, and, you know, make it a full fledged game that runs, you know, more than, you know, sub 30 FPS at its best. Um, have updated mechanics that make the game feel like it came out in the era that it was released. Like, when you have people who want to do stuff like that out of passion, and then they see that when they do stuff like that, they're gonna get death threats. People don't want to work on games. People don't want to work on games. They don't want to work on this. All because you have to be a toxic fucking asshole. All right, and I know why this is happening. Let's look at the Steam charts. I know why this is happening, because this game is number fucking one right now. This game is I can't pull it up because I don't think it'll show it. I also don't know it, on Xbox. If you guys don't know, Xbox, Steam, everywhere, this is a $30 game. Okay, it's an early access. I'm sure it'll be maybe 50 when it's released. Maybe, I'd expect. This is day 3. We are just past the 72-hour point, like a few hours ago. It's the number one concurrent game on Steam. A day and a half, 2 days ago, it was number 5. It was underneath Lost World. I think it was just under Dota. I believe it was PUBG, Counter-Strike 2, Lost Ark, Dota, and Palworld. And then Palworld was right above Elden Ring. Go watch Asmongold's video. He'll tell you. It's now number 3rd of all time. This number is just growing. This number grew by like 300,000. It's going to be number 2 at some point. Will it be number 1? I have no fucking idea. It's a big fucking game. You know it's not anywhere on here? Do you know what's funny? If it released on Steam, do you know what game would not be on here? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The Pokemon players, the Pokemon people who already own it on Nintendo, they would get it to be up here because they would buy it in the droves. But actual people who wanted to play the game, like, would they play this? No. And you can tell that Pokemon people are not playing the game because they're sending death threats over stuff that is like 30 hours in the game on day 1, day 2. They're not playing the game. They're not there. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. So what do I think I should be done? You know, this is where I want to talk about this. This type of behavior, you know, I want to tell you right now, if you were my viewers and this is the kind of behavior you were doing, I would say unsubscribe right now. I don't want your support, you know. And I don't think anybody who would actually subscribe to me would or be here would actually do that. I really hope you wouldn't. But if you would, get out of here. Because if I find out that you do this, I'll report you. I'd report you to the police. Hey, somebody in my community is sending death threats to another person over making a video game. This person should be dealt with. If I were the developer and I were getting this, you know what I'd do? I would make every single one of these death threats public, and I would report you and make sure everybody knows who you are. Because this type of shit should have legal ramifications, okay? And I want you to sit here and be like, oh, that's unfair for us. If you want to sit here and think that games shouldn't be at higher prices, you should own the games that you buy, and that you disagree with stuff like what Ubisoft says that you don't own your games and everything. If you're against the attack on piracy, if you're against all of these things for pro gamers, guess what? This is an anti-gamer move because it destroys all type of relationships between the gamer and the devs. So if you think that any of those things should be dealt with and taken seriously, then you should be reported to the police for this. End of story. Like sending like this. Last week, IGN reported on how Palworld sparked a debate. People were already pissed before this game came out. Every single one of you who sent death threats to them and is pissed over a Pokemon with gun games existing, get a life, grow up, become an adult. More importantly, get some therapy. You might need some medication. You know, the therapist will have that. Maybe they'll send you to a psychiatrist to help that out. But you need help. At the very least, you need to stay offline. Because nobody's life should feel threatened by making a video game. I'm sorry. Nobody. You take the worst video game, the worst development ever. Those people don't deserve death threats. I can't wrap my I can't believe we're talking about, I can't believe we're fucking talking about this in fucking 2024. And you know what? If anybody does actually get in trouble for any of this, any one of you motherfuckers who did this to them gets in trouble, I can't wait to have that story. You'll be featured on my channel. Absolutely. Y'all should be fucking dunked on. This is disgusting. This is absolutely horrendous. This is the kind of stuff that when I say the most toxic, evil people in video gaming and in just social media networks, the most terrible people are Pokemon people. And I've said that for a while. They are the biggest shills. They're the dumbest motherfuckers. They are the most evil motherfuckers when it comes to attacking people. And again, I play Overwatch, okay? I'm in the Overwatch community. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This type of stuff. Because there was a similar type of stuff like this when Temtem was in its beta. You fucking losers need to get over yourselves. That's it. Get out of here. I'll see you guys the next time. Hope you had fun.